Hi my muddy people, welcome back. I'm Nat at Mud Magic. Thank you for joining us again for another Freddie Mercury Kiln Unload. Hi Trace.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm tired though, because I was at a Screaming Jets concert last night.
Oh, nice shirt. I've never seen you in a t-shirt. Wow, that's gorgeous. I wish you could see it's black and purple and she loves purple.
It is. I love purple. Yeah, it's beautiful. And I got to meet band, hence the t-shirt.
Woohoo!
So,
yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah, she had a meet and greet. I've got a photo. We actually do things apart from each other occasionally. I know that's a shock, but we actually do. She has another friend. Like, oh. So she...
Just one other.
So she went with Fee. So that's awesome. I'm so glad you had a good night. But yeah, it was a long way for her. Same place of where we're going tomorrow. We're road tripping tomorrow. 3.5 hours for me, so I might come down tonight. I have to talk to you about that, depending if you've got other plans with other people than me. That's just like not allowed. And yeah, we're going down south to do a painting day. So it's very exciting, and Trace is south of me, so it's an hour and a half to Trace and then about 2 hours, I think. So if I go down tonight, I'm almost halfway there. So we'll talk about that. And yes, something non-pottery related we're doing together. So yay, that will be very exciting. Can't wait. A day of Trace.
Yeah, I can't wait either.
I've got all this news to tell her, so I'm not telling you. I'm telling you in the car tomorrow because we can.
I'm the same.
Yeah, well, because I want to hear about her band, the band night and everything else. Don't tell me now. I want to hear tomorrow in the car.
No.
So we're talking over the top of each other tomorrow, which we always do anyway. We're very good at talking at the same time and then answering at the same time, and we get a lot said in a long time tomorrow. But if we've got 5 minutes, we can have an hour-long conversation. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. First things first, a little bit of homework to tick off. First of all, Sharon Ruth from Sharon Ruth Pottery. Thank you so much. She bought me 10 coffees. That is so generous of you. I'm just so grateful. I've actually been saving up my coffee money. I've bought a top back system, which you guys would have seen that I have done a review of it, video. And so I've got the normal bats, the big bats, and I've got the normal insert bats for it for like bowls and stuff, but they do a smaller insert for mugs, and I've wanted it for ages because if you've seen my studio tour, I am very limited in space. Since I got Stella, I've actually kicked my car out of the garage and I have Stella the slab roller in the garage now. But yeah, I'm very limited. So these tiny little bats for mugs will be great because it can fit more on my shelves as they're drying. I mean, you take them off the next day, but anyway, it will make a big difference. So thank you to all of my coffee buyers. It really does help and it really does add up. So I'm very grateful. And then the only other thing I had to tell you, which is just a really funny story. Oh my gosh, it just made me laugh. So Starlin at Soul Haven Pottery put a video up a couple of days ago. I don't know, with time differences. I ended up watching it last night anyway. And as soon as I saw her, I was so excited. I love when she puts up videos. She just calms me. You can tell, like, I'll talk a million miles an hour. She's calming. Yeah, she's great. And I love it. I've said it before. She's my therapy. So I got so excited. So I watched it. And she did these amazingly beautiful casserole dishes. Have you watched it yet, Trace?
No, I haven't yet.
Well, because she's been at bands. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go home till 2 o'clock this morning, so no, I haven't watched it yet.
Well, wait till you see, like, really ornate handles and just beautiful, really beautiful. The lids fit beautifully. She tapped the lids off and she asked if anybody could tell her the name of the grinding compound that everybody uses for lids. So I knew what it was because I got it from Dante, who's in America. So I know you can get it in America. So I ran downstairs and just because I couldn't remember what it was called. And this is what it is. So it's Permatex valve grinding compound, if you guys are interested. So all you do, it's a grey, really, really gritty, grindy paste. It's almost like a cleansing thing. You put it inside your bowl and inside your lid, and you grind them like this. If they're not quite fitting together or if they're a bit rough, you grind like this and it makes them beautiful, and it works really, really, really well. So I got back on, I commented about her video, and then I said, oh, and you asked about the grinding paste, this is what it is. And I said, because it does that, what I just said, it's great for kids. I wrote lids. Now, autocorrect cracks me up so much. It auto-corrected my lids to kids, and I didn't realise. So I sent it to her, and then I read my message back, and I thought, I'm just going to leave it because it's funny. And she read it, and she commented, and she said, oh, thank you very much, I'm going to go and buy it. And then I commented back, and I put like laughing emojis, and I said, oh my God, autocorrect, I meant lids, not kids. And she, with a laughing thing, and she replied and she said, oh, I just thought you meant it's safe to use around kids. And I replied and said, well, as long as we're not grinding kids, we're okay. Because the way my comment read it was like, oh, you know, it's really great. It's a great grinding compound. It smooths your two things, so it's great for kids. It's like I was grinding kids. Anyway.
No.
It was so funny. I mean, you could look in the comments, and still all should be there. So in the last video, oh no, her video, not mine, her video. All right, so I need to find my right page again now, because I had to find space, because I've got another massive, but this is not all in here. So it's not, some of it's still on the shelf, which is annoying because it's going to be hard to find. So what I've done with most of what's in here, my last kiln unload, oh, I was so happy with it. It was just so good. So I've redone a lot of them, because a lot of them were on Brucey's Big Bash mugs. So I'm not going to get to take them to the markets. So I thought I'm going to redo them. But I redid them with a bit of a twist. So there were certain ones where I said, oh, I shouldn't have put some Tang inside. I should have used Norse Blue or whatever. And I've actually, like, I've played with them a little bit. So
oh, awesome, because the combinations out of that last kiln, oh my goodness, they were just gorgeous.
Yes, they were amazing, and some of them are still the same, but yeah, a couple of them I've changed liners and I've played a little bit. So thank you, Poppy. So I have had a sneaky peek. I actually let the girls have a sneaky peek this time, because Karen was like, oh, I don't know, you never done a sneak peek anyway. So I did. So the top shelf is good, but for me, of course, one stuck and I can't fix it. Right, so I don't think you guys can see, I hope not, because I want to surprise you. That is a 6. I'd just call that a 6. It's so close, it's not even funny. So that's fine. So let's start with the one that caught. Look at that. I'm not fixing that.
Oh, no.
But you know what? While I was waiting for Trace to be ready, I've wedged up a whole heap of clay, so I'll just make it again because I love the combo. So that's Sky with Tahiti Grape, Jungle Gems Tahiti Grape over it. And I've done before that with Lagoon, but I actually really like it with Sky. I think I'm going to try Sky, and I mean, you know us, we love Sky. That's Sky by itself. Just
yeah, it's pretty.
It's glorious, but it caught here as well. And look at that one. There's no way I'm grinding that. I mean, I know I say I'm good at grinding, but that's not being fixed. So Karen at Barehead Pottery, because I think there might be a few, she has started doing putting a roller texture on her feet. So I thought, especially on monks, I thought I'm going to do it. So I did it, but then I also on this one brought it around the side here, and I haven't seen Karen do that, so I'm not sure if she's tried that, but because I put Sky here, I thought, oh, that'd be pretty. So I like that, so I'll probably do that again. So that was meant to be a noodle bowl, and that's the little, so that's fine. So I can keep that for my replacement of the big bowl, so I will use it still. Or give it to a little girl at the markets for a trinket dish or something, because I like doing that. They get so excited, little girls, oh my goodness. Give them a little trinket and they just get so excited. Okay, so then you'll remember I had the disaster that Trace liked and I didn't like right at the start of my last video, which is one of Audrey's, and it was sea salt, galaxy, honey flux maybe, something else on the outside. So what I did was, and I did it on the inside as well, and it looked moldy and I really didn't like it. So what I did was I put galaxy inside it. Oh, I love it. Look at what it's done.
Oh, wow.
It's
It's kind of the oil spot kind of.
Well, do you know what it reminds me of? Do you remember ages ago we had that glaze combo that I called the Mud Magic glaze? And it was, I can't remember what it was now, but it was nothing like that. But it just looked the same as that. What?
Yeah, it reminds me of it, but it was nothing like that.
No, the glazes. I mean, the glazes were not those glazes. There wasn't even one the same, but it looked the same. The end result looked the same. So I'm really happy with that now.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Because the more I looked at that, it kind of makes me think of a snowy scene. And you guys all know, I've had so many of you guys put videos up with your, with snow scenes, and I'm just so grateful. There's been about 5 or 6 of you in America that have put it up, and it probably seems silly to you, but the coldest we ever get here is like probably 10 degrees if we're lucky, Celsius. So I don't even know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's not cold. We don't even get to 0, so we get nowhere near snow. We don't get sleet. We don't get anything. We get hail sometimes. That's exciting, and it melts as soon as it hits the ground anyway, so we don't even get to play with it. So I am genuinely so very grateful. Jeanette at Far Forest, she did a video, I think it was a studio, can't remember which one it was. I think it was a studio tour video. But she started outside, and her view is stunning. She overlooks the forest.
It was the studio one.
How beautiful was it? So I commented on the video, and I said to her, look, I know it would be a lot of work and it would take a year to do it. Well, it wouldn't be a lot of work so much, but it would take a year. Can you video each season, especially if you get the autumn leaves? She replied and said she does, and she said the cherry blossom season is stunning. So I'm really hoping, Jeanette, if you're watching this, she watches most of my videos. Please, I know it's a lot to ask, but you've got your winter one. I'll nag you every season if I remember to do it. Because the actual video itself was probably 30 seconds to a minute. But it would if you then splice them all together, it would just be stunning. So I'm hoping. And guess what else? I refired and I still forgot to put colour in the lights. So it's not meant to. So it did drip, but I can grind that easy enough. So that's fine. So yes, the snow. Sean at Sean Reid Pottery did a video recently.
I was waiting to say in his thank yous.
Huh? His thank
Sean,
you.
In his thank yous was videoing walking down the snowy street.
He did, and I have thanked him for that, but this is not what I'm going to say, because you wouldn't have seen this one. It was quite recent. I don't think you would have. So he and Kevin went on a road trip to Tucker's, and it was so good to see Tucker's anyway, because everyone in Canada talks about it, so thank you. But when he went inside Tucker's, I'm just watching, knitting like I do or whatever I was doing. All of a sudden, I hear him mention me, and I've looked up, well, what's he talking about in Tucker's about me? And he goes, oh, Nat, here's your glaze, and he picks up seaweed. It cracked me up because I wasn't expecting it, and because it was just such an indicator of our family that he knows and that he sees seaweed and he thinks of me. I mean, I'm even teary now. That's a stupid thing to get teary about. I don't know why I am, but what a beautiful global thing. He's in Canada. I'm in Australia, and he's thinking of me. He's on a road trip for Kevin, nothing to do with me, and he thinks of me. That touched me. I mean, it made me laugh, but now it's touching me the more I think about it. So thank you, Sean. It was multi-layered. That tiny little offhand comment was wonderful. So this is the piece. This is the oh my gloriousness already. So I did this. I brought these down to show you. I did this. This is Karen at Spearhead Pottery's combo, which is 3 lavender mist, 1 winter wood. You would never believe it's 2 glazes. Look, it breaks pink on the texture. So I was going to keep that, but I used it and it's way too small for me. And I have people at the markets always asking me for smaller teacups and stuff. So that would be good for a teacup. In fact, it probably would be good for my chais, but...
I was just about to say it'd be perfect chai size.
It would, because I like a strong chai, but I already have my cauldron mug that I love. So I'll think about it. But anyway, as I said, I've got my clay prepped, and I have prepped bigger clay to make myself a bigger one. I've just got to remember to put the texture in. And that was, I didn't know if it was going to be as good without texture. So I've got kind of a tester. Who does a tester on a 10-pound bowl?
You.
Over 4 kilos of clay, and I go, I know, I'll use it as a tester. What? I don't know. Anyway, so that was, okay, so I did it different though. Yes, I did it different. So anyway, this is my bowl. My big bowl. Look how big it is, next to my head.
Yeah, it's huge.
I love it. I'm losing my earpiece. So I have a video waiting to put up with this bowl. I call it my big ass bowl.
Oh my God, look at the outside.
And so now I can put my video up. But the reason why I love this is because I wanted to test. So this is three lavender mist, one. Oh, it is a bit different. So I had run out of winter wood. So it's 3 lavender mist, 1 river birch. And I thought, I wonder if I still get the pinks breaking with river birch. I now think, looking at it, because I have had a good look at it, it's breaking. The lavender mist is just breaking. I don't think it's got anything to do with that top coat, because in here it's all bright. Every swirl is pink in the bottom. So, and then on the rim is,
that's so pretty.
What's my new favourite, Jungle Gem? Oh no, not my favourite. Sorry, Poppy Fields, no, but my new one of favourites. Purple Rain on the rim. I nearly did Poppy Fields, but then I thought, I love pink and purple, but at the markets it sells, but it's not as much loved as I love it. It does still sell. But purple on purple, a lot of people love purple. I was actually thinking when I did my sneaky pink, got pink on the brain, sneaky peek, I was thinking of Lisa at Finkel Pottery. She said that ages ago, she said that purple sells really well for her. So there you go. I reckon, Lisa, that would sell so well at your market, even on a mug. 3 lavender mist with purple rain over, and then if you wanted to do the 1 coat of winterwood or river birch, that's river birch. But it looks so similar, like that. As I said, that's winterwood as opposed to river birch.
The river birch seems to be a little greener in the dots, or a deeper, I don't know, a different brown.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's so similar. It's fine. It was a good replacement, because when I didn't have winterwood, I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do it. And I thought I'll just use river birch. Look at the runs and the dribbles. I don't want to put it down. I don't want to move on. I want to keep looking at it.
That's so pretty. Everywhere you look, you see something slightly more gorgeous.
So it's like one of those first goals with throwing large. You sort of go up in kilos. So I'd got 3 kilos, or we call it kilos, 3 kilos, pretty much down pat. That was my go-to. 2 or 3 kilos is my go-to. So I wanted to do, because, I didn't give Audrey a shout out. Sorry, Audrey Morel from Morel Designs. She did this bowl and she did the facets. And so I wanted to do that. So thank you, that's where I got the idea for the shape. She did indigo float, which I was going to do, and then that's so typical of me when I glaze. I even had indigo float written down. I'm like, you know what? No.
We had the whole conversation. You've gone, oh yeah, that's going to be my indigo float. And then I was talking about a different glaze combo, and then
I think I even say it in my making video that I'm going to do indigo float, so that didn't happen. Anyway, I mean, I just love that. So thank you, Audrey. Oh, and when I did the facets, I went through in the wall in one spot. You'll see in my video, that was like the first facet I pulled. So I was like, oh, well, it shows how don't give up on a piece, don't reclaim the clay, just go with it. So I just did holes the whole way around. As I thought, it's a big enough bowl, it's not going to matter. You can still use that for a massive salad bowl. Doesn't matter that it's got holes at the rim. So, wow, that is stunning. And of course, course that's a shelf. So when I bisqued that, I had to put that all on the shelf by itself. When it shrank, I could fit a noodle bowl, the little bowl, and the mug next to it. So it shows how much they shrink. So that shelf is a mess. Big mess. Oh, this is a big mess. Yuck. Ugh. Show my fails, right? Show my fails. Oh, yuck. What a shame. That was so pretty. That is just horrible.
What? Sorry, what happened to that?
I don't know. So it's actually crawled in places as well. It probably wouldn't have been so bad if it didn't crawl. I think because I did the underglaze first. So I did jet black underglaze, wiped it back, and then I poured and swirled all celadons, lavender mixing clear mixed together. They're all got mixing clear. So lavender, weeping plum, and marigold that have all been lightened with mixing clear. And then I poured them, and actually probably wouldn't have been too bad if it didn't crawl away in those patches, which is a shame because that was such a cute little dish. You know, I'm so doing hand building now. I'm so excited that I don't have to do round anymore. 3 years of round, and Trace and I go to the op shops and we get we go looking for anything that we can use for molds. So I found a rectangular dish, and they're only like $3 at the we call them op shops, like the charity shops. You can use anything. So I was so excited. What a shame. I wonder if I can just refire that, if it'll smooth out. I might just chuck it back in. Oh, it's got a big crack there anyway. Look at that. That's a bin job.
Oh, bummer.
Alright, well that makes my mind up anyway. Yeah, that's a shame. I was just looking over there to see if I could see the mould that I used, but I can't. But anyway, I think... actually, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, next show. I was just thinking I had another platter in here that I did, but oh yes I do. It's on this shelf. So I had a bit. Oh no, because I could just sort of show you the mold. If I can find it. It's not the one I was just looking at. There it is. So I had a big conversation with Jane at Shoebox Studios. Oh, I've got an announcement on that. Guess what? I'm going to Perth. My husband and I are flying over in July. We've booked the flights, we've booked the accommodation. It's happening in July.
So jealous.
5 days we're going, so it's only a quick trip. But we have free accommodation because my husband travels so much, we get free accommodation. So we paid flights and we've hired a car, and we're spending pretty much the 5 days with Jane and Paul and her kids. And yeah, I can't wait. But we've got all this collab stuff in the works, so I'm not going to out us yet. None of it's set in concrete, and that's another thing I'm going to tell Trace about tomorrow. But there's some stuff, if it works, if it comes... Oh, so I want to tell you, but I'm not going to because it may not work yet. We haven't got it confirmed yet. We've got to confirm it with another business. If it comes into fruition, it's going to be so fun. We'll still have a lot of collabs. We'll still make stuff together and, you know, even just day trips and stuff. We'll still have videos. But anyway, so this is the kind of thing that I mean. So this cost me, I think, $3 in the charity shop. I didn't know if it was going to work. I didn't care for $3. I was prepared to try it. So it's, I don't know if you can see that. It's a section server. So it's got a raised piece here and 3 little dish sections, and I just loved it. This texture you can see is on the outside, so I put the clay inside. It's smooth, so that because I didn't want that texture. So I love that. And then I cut around the ripple with my clay, and it didn't crack, and it worked. So I spray it with like an oil spray stuff first, and so the clay just slides off. So this is the result. So what I started saying about Jane, oh wow. So how cool is that? You can even see the sections in the back.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool. Oh, it has cracked. Oh no. Oh, it hadn't cracked even through bisque. But it's not going to hurt the function, so I might even keep it. I love it so much. So that is, I could even have my dinner in that. Oh, I just love it. This is the conversation I had with Jane. I said, I am so sick of celadons on texture. Oh, I know, it's like I'm swearing, right? I mean, sorry, Jeanette, I do love celadons. She's just started because of me using them, but I just use, it's my go-to texture. So I said, we had this massive conversation. He said, whatever glaze you use on texture, if you want to see the texture, 2 coats only, which this is, which surprises me of how beautifully it's coated it. Even on the back, it's not patchy, it's beautiful. And use a glaze that you know will run a bit. It doesn't have to be a massive runner, but it will move, because then it moves into the texture rather than just sitting flat on the texture. So I used Smoky Merlot. That's all that is. And I wanted the texture to shine, so I thought I'm just going to use, I was tempted to do Chum Plum, but she recommended Smoky Merlot. And I wanted to be able to see the flowers, and I was scared they were going to get covered up. And I thought, you know what? I can do it again. And now that it's cracked, I have to do it again anyway. But isn't that beautiful?
They could be I mean, other than the fact that they're clay, but it just made me think with the sections you said dinner, for kids who have got like food sensory issues where food can't touch each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you put your different foods in.
Oh, you're saying clay if the kid drops it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, for older, because there are older kids still that are like that. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like, no, I mean, I think my son, who's 27, is probably a bit like that. Maybe I'll make him one. No, but that's, I love that. So yay. So I'm going to play more with those. You said all the spectrums, 2 coats of all the spectrums, because they all, pretty much all of them move, are really great on texture. So thank you, Jane. I love that. I'm a bit sad that it cracked, but I'm learning that is hand building, because I think when you throw on the wheel, you compress it so much, you're so aware of it, but when you hand build, you don't really compress the slab much. I need to do that more. So that's almost identical to the first one, nearly a 6. So what else have we got? Oh wow, look at, I thought that was a goner. Look at that, a cookie.
Oh.
But it's not. I thought it had touched, because all I could see was the puddle.
Goes to show how important or how good the raised cookies are.
That's it, because I had run out of the raised cookies for that ruined one. So it was on a cookie, but it was on a flat cookie. So look at the difference. That is exactly what would have happened with that had I not had this one raised up. So that is why you need raised cookies.
Yeah.
Because that is easy to grind. I don't even really need my angle grinder for that. I'll just put it on the wheel. I generally do still angle grind the bulk of, because I don't want to wear out my diamond core grinding pad, because it's so expensive and I love it. So I think the angle grinder probably is a bit tougher to get those initial drips, and then I'll still finish it on the pad. But so that's the one that I did already before, which was 2 sandstone, 2 soft aqua over. So I had done that in the last kiln on a Brucey mug, and so
that's so pretty.
Yeah, it's just a little bowl, but I stupidly, because I was making noodle bowls, I was tired and I put the little noodle bowl things, but I don't have a little bowl to go with. It's too small, really, for a ramen bowl. So that's okay. I mean, you can put your fork across it.
Good soup bowl. Rest your spoon across the top of it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, which a normal spoon would fit, because it's only little. But I love that combo. That's pretty. Put it there. Okay, that's going to be round. And then what's this one? Oh, it's beautiful. It's a glorious bird. I played with my air pen. Thank you, Jeanette, again at Far Forest. She got an air pen for Christmas from her mum, so she was playing with it. Trace bought me one for my birthday a year ago, and I've used it a little bit, but it reinvigorated me to get it out again. And I had seen this video on Instagram, which I shared to Jeanette, and if I remember, I'll put a link in the description, of how to do these flowers. So this is my very first attempt, and it's easier than I was expecting. Look spent the time hand painting it, and I am so glad I did.
Wow, that looks incredible. It's so 3D.
Yes. So that is Lagoon in the background, and it's patchy, which I wanted. So it's like the sky and clouds behind the flowers. And it is, so you've got to make sure your slip, because in Jeanette's video, because Jeanette and I private message each other all the time, she had used a slip that was a bit more runny than mine, but it still worked and it still looked like this. And so I messaged her, I said, oh yeah, it still worked, it's great. She said, no, when it dried, the moisture sucked out of it as it dried and it went flat, and she lost most of the 3D look. So she went back and made thicker clay. My clay is...
Your slip.
Sorry, my slip, yes, thank you. My slip, it's hard to describe. It's like, it's thicker than custard. It's not much thicker, but a real thick custard that you would, yeah.
Like whipped cream.
No, much thicker than that. Jeanette's would have been like whipped cream. Mine's like, it's thicker than that. Anyway, so the air pen still deals fine with it as long as it's smooth. If you get lumps, it clogs up, which I found out, but I didn't have many, so that was okay. And then what did I do? So Lagoon inside, which is my second love to sky. And then I thought, I want pink and purple flowers, but usually when I do that, I'll go pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple, and it looks stupid. It looks too uniform. So I'm just going to do a couple of purple ones. And I love that. Just the occasional purple. So that is Weeping Plum and Lavender full, not with the mixing clear, the full colour. And Rainforest, my beautiful favourite rainforest.
Yeah, that's so pretty.
Wow, I think I'm going to have to keep that. There's so much work in that, but I really enjoyed doing it. So that shows you the difference as well between Sky and Lagoon. So that, I mean, really, you could just buy one and white it down. You could buy Sky and white it down to Lagoon.
It's funny because when you describe Sky and Lagoon, I would expect Lagoon to be darker.
The names.
I don't know.
It's like soft pink and soft red. I still can't get them right now. Yeah, true. Well, don't say that. Now I'm going to get confused. No, I never could. I think because Sky was out for so many years before Lagoon that I was just used to it. But soft pink and soft red still do my head in. That, oh, wow.
Pretty.
Wow, so thank you, Jeanette. Thank you. So yeah, you can have a look. Jeanette does that same texture too, so you can have a look at her video on how to do it. I haven't done a video on that. I did the inside one just straight Lagoon. I tossed up whether to slip trail it, but it was too little. I thought it's going to look too busy. I'm just going to have that inside. So it'll be at the markets like that with chopsticks over with the little matching Lagoon, because the inside's just Lagoon. So I thought that would be
cute. Yeah, cute.
Yes, and I will try and remember to put the link to the Instagram one, which is the one I followed. So I had it next to me and paused it and played it and just did what she said, and that was my first attempt and it worked beautifully, much easier than I thought. And I'm not in any way artistic, so if I can do it, anybody can do it. So, what's down here? Some mugs. Back to mugs, yeah. So that's a dead 6, that one. That's a true 6. So that's what I was saying, I'd almost call that a 6, but this is a definite 6. 5 3/4, 6. Alright, let's see, what's this one? Oh, okay. So that's the 2 Amaryllis 2 Cenote. Isn't that stunning?
That's so gorgeous.
I can't remember whose combos.
The variety.
Yeah, I can't remember whose combos all of these were, but if you look at my last video, I've already given credit to everybody, so it did catch a tiny bit there, but it's okay. It does go up the side a bit, so I'll see. I'll give it a go and see if I can fix it. Otherwise, bargain bin, I'm not going to throw it out because it's still glorious. And inside in the mug, this was one of the ones where I did a bit different. So in the mug in the bottom, I had just left it amarilla, so I was scared to have too many crystals. So with this one, I did the snow tone, and I didn't like it with just the pink at the bottom. It was too bright and too contrasting. So I did that to the bottom, and it's a bit brown, but it's better. I like it better than the amaryllis at the bottom. And then we've got the little, oh, how cute's that?
That's cute.
The little matching little sauce bowl, condiment bowl, whatever. I have so many people at the market say to me, well, what's that for? Whatever you want it for. So yeah, it's cute. Okay, what else have we got in here? What's this? Oh, I did this for Chase. This is the redo of the Chase one.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Oh, but this is the one I changed the liner. So this is, I did a wider overlap band because the mug that Trace liked, the Brucey mug Trace liked, had the a much thinner overlap, and so it still had this grey, but it was probably similar actually. So overlapping it further has just given us a dark blue.
Yeah, that's
instead
beautiful.
of the grey, which is beautiful. So this is Aubrey from Morel Designs, I remember. So it's the satin matte blue green at the bottom, which is actually really nice to feel. Honey flux and Arctic blue over the top. But inside, I did frosted lemon.
Oh, not a yellow fan.
I know, but I love frosted lemon. It's maybe not quite right with that combo, but I wanted to do something different because I thought, being a straw cup, they're quite hard to glaze inside of as well. I probably could have poured it actually. I didn't even think of that. Oh, I've got one pinhole.
Oh no.
Oh, I wonder how I got that. Oh, that's all right. I can either chuck it in to refire or not worry. It's not hurting it in any way. But yeah, so that was for you, Trace. I wanted to see what a bigger overlap would do. This one is not stuck. So this, look at that, pretty. So this is, I had these slip, I just got some slip, oh, it's got a brown blob. I got, when I was throwing this mug, I just got some slip, liquid slip, and just smooshed it on with my hands and went like this with my fingers while it was spinning. I've done that a fair bit, and yeah, I love that. So I think there was one that I haven't used before, one of the new old Amaco Flux glazes that I hadn't used before. Oh no, it's not. It's just soft aqua on texture with, again, frosted lemon inside. See, that I like better.
I like that, I like.
Yeah,
yes.
that goes better. That's more tonal.
Yeah.
So that's just soft aqua with a bit of texture. That's pretty.
Pretty.
In real life, it's giving a tiny little pink blush on the texture. Only very faint, so I doubt you can see it on camera. But they'll be easy to grind off, those strips. And frosted lemon. But look, I've got a dot in the bottom.
Oh.
So what happens is, if you're using frosted lemon, what did I use it with? Oh no. But if you use something with, say, winterwood or everbirch, and then you put the brush back in and you think your brush is clean, you put it in the frosted lemon, and then that crystal could have been from a previous glazing years ago, and that one little crystal has stayed in there and my brush has picked it up. So that's a shame. That happens a bit, but anyway, handmade, as I say. Oh, there's a bit of pink there too. I don't know if you can see. There's like this little line here of pink. That's really cute. I don't know where that's come from. There's actually a few of them around. That's cute. Anyway, I love that soft aqua. It's so pretty. So many people are using it now. So this is my other slip trail mug with my air pen. So I put
That's
this.
cute.
Sorry.
I said that's cute.
So I
like
I put this up with my noodle bowl on the one that I love. On the group, on the chat that I've got with the girls, I put them both up. And every single one of the girls went, "Oh, I like the noodle bowl." Poor little mug didn't get a mention. Mind you, the noodle bowl is spectacular. But I love it. It's cartoony. I kind of like it. It's fun and cartoony.
Yeah.
I nearly did it in marigold, but I didn't because I've done marigold on that cartoony look before and it actually looks really good. Inside, I've never lined with teal drift because, as I always say, teal and purple I love, and I do love that.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So the teal drift, it gets this fleck. It's hard to see on camera, but it gets this really faint fleck in it, and oh, it's so pretty, and it's worked. I wasn't sure how it was going to work as a liner, and it's beautiful. And I've got a little bit of unintentional green, sort of almost just like a flash from the inside to the rim, and I like that because it's not a dribble.
Yeah,
it's just
good.
a flash of green. It's a bit rough. That could be why Sarah Walton always, or I don't know if she always does, but she says a lot that she scrapes her brush off on the rim, and that could be why, because it breaks on the rim and then it feels kind of rough because there's not enough glaze there. So I'll give it a light sand. I've got like a finishing sanding paper that's only very light, and see if that, I think it will work. I think it'll be fine. So this one, what's this one? Oh, that's pretty. That's not stuck, it's just stuck in the foot. Yeah, it's fine. So sometimes if you get those and they're just the same size as your foot ring, then when this shrinks, it can catch onto it. So that's all that was, so that's fine. That's pretty. Wow, what's that? Look at, oh, Mr. Bear's saying hello. He hasn't done that for a while.
Yeah, I was going to say you've been quiet for a while.
Yeah. So that is rippled mug. That's so pretty. So that is 2 power. Oh, yes, this is another redo. So that is 2 power turquoise, globs of seaweed, just 1 coat, because you know I'm not a seaweed fan, and then oatmeal on the rim. So I did that in the last unload on a Brucey mug too. And it actually gave more pinks in that. There's no pink in this one. It's just blue and green, which I still love.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It is, it's beautiful. And you can see where I've done the seaweed. It's a different green to this. It's a more of a yellowy green kind of thing, which is oatmeal over it as well. But
yeah, because it's only the 1 coat, so it doesn't get that olivey green colour.
Yes, much prefer it like that. And then I scraped my brush in the rim, which, yeah, it's still a bit rough, of oatmeal. So that was really thick, but it was only on the very rim, so it's run a fair bit, which oatmeal does run. Yeah, so that's beautiful. I love that. That's gorgeous. And I love those rippled. It's in my mug making, if you want to know how to do that video, about 3 videos back. And they just feel so nice. The amount of people that pick these up at the market, which is why I say you're much better to sell at markets than online, because people can feel it. They may not particularly love it. They like it enough to pick it up. They hold it and they buy it because it feels so good in your hands. So I don't think I've ever had anybody put one back down if they like it enough to pick it up. So, what is this one? Oh, this has done the same. It's gone off the side again. Oh, no, it's not going to come off, but it's done the exact same thing. So I forgot to credit Sarah Walton with this glaze last time. So I will now. Sarah Walton. So that is the one that I got confused last time over Junebug and realised it wasn't. So that is 2 or 3, I don't know, 3 maybe blue rutile with soft, here we go again, soft red ochre, because soft red runs more. So it is obviously very blue, but then the soft red brings the blue down to a cream, and then you get, oh, it's crawled a little bit in the very bottom. And you get slight pinkish tinge. It's very faint. Very, very faint blush of pink over it in real life. And then blue rutile breaks brown. So that's why you're getting brown on the rim. And that one's smooth.
That's so pretty.
Yeah,
Such
my
a
plait
pretty
handle.
combo.
Again, plait handle in that same video. So yeah. It's nice to hold actually. The plait handle always surprises me. I think it wouldn't be nice, but it is. Like your thumb goes in the plait part. It's weird. So again, I have to grind that off. That happened in the last video too, where tilted and it all ran off on one side. So it's weird that that's happened the same again. But that's how I'll be able to grind that. Then this one is my crossover handle that I love. Oh, look at that.
That's pretty.
What is that? Flux Blossom Amaryllis, that is, because that's Flux Blossom inside. And then again, I've just scraped my brush on the rim. So Flux Blossom is the best liner. So pretty. And then scrape my brush on the rim. So people have problems with Flux Blossom. Sarah and myself, we love it. We get that beautiful pink. I hope you can see that. Some people, the pink burns off, or it's like more of a cream, or it's a different pink. It's not a pretty pink. I thought being a pink, it was because you weren't firing it, or you're firing it, sorry, too hot, and it was burning the pink off. But then Sarah said it needs to be at 6, which is weird for a pink. And that's interesting because that was my last coat's hottest part of the kiln, a definite 6. That's a true 6. And it's beautiful. It's the pink that I love. It's a shame you probably can't really see it, but take my word for it, it's pink.
It is pretty.
It's not cream, it's pink. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. And then the amaryllis, I didn't do all over because amaryllis, it was only like to here and it's gone the whole way down, so I can't even show you the Flux Blossom on the outside. And then scraped it on the rim, and that handle, I love that handle.
Yeah, that's a pretty handle.
I want to do it for Breast Cancer Foundation, but I think they're so big they're probably not interested in my little mugs. I mean, as a charity donation thing, I won't charge them, obviously. I'd love to do that. Even for them to give to women that are going, and men can suffer breast cancer as well, that are going through it. So this one, wow, this is glorious. Oh, please come off. Oh, it has got a nibble. That's okay, because it's underneath, but it has ruined my texture. But wow, oh my gloriousness. That's a redo again. Except I stuffed up the bottom, but I actually still love it. So on the Brucey month, that was Honey Flux River Birch, and I've forgotten to do the one coat of River Birch. So it's just Honey Flux. So on the other one, it had a brown fleck just in this bottom section. So that's just this much of two Honey Flux, because I was going to do the one River Birch and forgot. 2 Honey Flux, 2 amaryllis, and copper float. So that's Audrey Byrne at Audrey Lynn Studios. Oh, I got it out. That's her combo. Anything that I use copper float at the moment is usually Audrey's. She gets such beautiful results. So that's come over a lot more than the last time. And then it's light flux or dark flux, top and bottom. I can't remember. So Cloud Mug. That is Cloud Mug, light flux. So, it's saying, Flux Blossom liner. So Flux Blossom inside. Honey Flux River Birch that I forgot. Amaryllis, copper float, light flux, Flux Blossom. So light flux top and bottom of the copper. So it's come over the copper. Oh, look at there. Can you see that?
Yeah.
That one little copper crystal. Wow, that's what it's supposed to do, but it's come over too much to give much of it. There's a little bit there, if you can see that. And then, yeah, that's gorgeous, but I love these dribbles. They're really uniform the whole way around the bottom here.
Yeah.
They're so, it's because they're uniform. If I just get 1 or 2 of them, I don't like it as much. But when it's uniform like that, wow. And the Flux Blossom, again, it's a really pretty pink, pastel pink. And I did the texture on the bottom here again, but it's caught. And it kind of makes the catch stand out more because it's on the texture. It's then got a little missing bit of texture, which I never thought about that before. And then I've done my maker's mark in the middle of that one. So yeah, I'll grind it. I might put it on my wheel and take the whole texture off so it's not so obvious, but I'll have a look. I'll play. Ah, that's stunning.
Pretty. I love the shape of that mug too.
Yeah, that's my favourite. The low belly and then the tall skinny. I do. That's my favourite shape. If I was told that I was allowed only one shape for mugs for the rest of my life, that would definitely be it. Or a bit taller, so you've got the longer. But yeah, I've been trying to do them a little bit smaller. Twofold. Number one, it's more economical, obviously, because I use less clay. And number two, people do ask me for small. So I still do the occasional big. So I'm doing 10 mugs now and bowls and stuff. And I am going, and I've got like 7 of them this size and 3 a bit bigger clay. But this one, I've got, I don't know why I brought this down, but let's just show it again because, oh my gloriousness, how could anyone not love that? I'm going to put that in a competition next year, a pottery competition. I just love it.
Yeah, so pretty.
But I've got to got the clay aside, and I'm going to make another one for the markets because there's no way I'm ever selling that. That's staying with me forever. I just love it so much. I still love it. Okay, so Kiln favourite is of course this one. That is just glorious. And plus too, the size of the bowl. I'm so proud of that. That's my first 10-pound bowl. 4.25 or 4.5 kilos, but 10 pounds sounds more impressive. You guys are lucky. 10 pounds sounds good. 10-pound bowl, faceted. Thank you, Aubrey again. Moral Designs and purple. Love with pink, breaking pink. I mean, who can not like that? Now I've got to figure out what price to put on it because I'm putting a big price tag on that because if it doesn't sell, I don't care. I just love it. I'm even going to put that on the front seat of the car driving to and from markets so it doesn't get chipped because you lose a lot of pottery going to and from markets. Okay, that's it. So I'm going to go and take another little video of this by itself for my making video, and then I'm going to put this up and I will put that up as well. Trace always says to me, you've got to wait and spread your videos out, but I'm too impatient because I want to watch it again too because I haven't seen it. I've got to splice all the sections together and edit it and put it up. So yeah, so it'll probably...
The fact that you're doing more than one a week anyway doesn't matter if you've got multiple on a day, but if you've got nothing for several weeks, then you...
And do I ever have nothing for several weeks? That's just not. But actually, a lot of what I'm throwing today, I am, because my New Year's resolution to save up bisque for Christmas this year to be on top of it, a lot of it is just throwing whatever it makes. Yay, I love doing that. And putting it up, bisquing it, putting it upstairs and starting to build up because I've replaced enough now for my market so I can start doing overflow now. So thank goodness. Apart from I've got 2 custom mugs I have to make. So my next video might be a little bit longer because I do have to wait for these 2 custom mugs to be able to put them in bisque because I don't think I've got enough for 2 bisque loads, although I might after I throw today. So that's it. So, thank you very much for joining. Stay muddy and have a magic day. Bye.